So I just had my baseline appointment for our IVF protocol. They did an ultrasound just to check, to do an egg count and also to look for any cysts, which guess what? I had a big one. My right ovary had 10 eggs, which is amazing. But my left ovary had a big fat 25 millimeter cyst on it. So, but my nurse assured me that that's not a big deal, that it happens a lot, that part of the reason why I was on birth control is to prevent that from happening, but sometimes it still does. So, she said that I can come back tomorrow and my doctor is actually going to aspirate the cyst, and that it's really quick, it's ultrasound guided, but that does kind of put me on hold on starting my injections. I was supposed to start them tomorrow in the morning, but now we're going to wait to see what happens after he aspirates the cyst. If everything is fine and looks great after, then I'll start my medications tomorrow night. But I could get pushed back maybe a day later or so. But still everything looks good. As far as, for the protocol, my nurse showed me how to do all of my medications. I start 2 of them right away. The third one they add in later to keep me from ovulating. And I had some blood work done today, and I'll get a call later with those results. So I turned in all of my consent forms, and so that's where we're at. I come back tomorrow morning for my aspiration. Whoopee! And I'll give you an update then. Bye. So I'm just about to leave my doctor's office. I had a cyst aspiration. I had a 26 millimeter cyst on my left ovary. So I came in today and my doctor took all the fluid out. He numbed the area, and I watched it on the ultrasound. It was super quick, just a little bit uncomfortable, but now I'm super crampy, much like I would be if I was getting ready to start a period. So I feel a little poopy right now, but they said that's normal. I took some ibuprofen before the appointment, which they said was okay, so hopefully it won't be too bad. I was gonna go run some errands and stuff, but now I feel like I'll probably just go home and take a nap. My doctor was super sweet. I was really nervous coming today because I thought, great, this is gonna cancel or delay our cycle. We just spent all of this money on our stem shots and stuff and all of our meds. So, are we gonna have to just scrap it? But he was very nice and said that, and very reassuring. He said that, this is not a big deal, that if we had not aspirated the cyst, then we would have had to delay our IVF cycle by a month at least. So, but he said that by aspirating the cyst today, it will not delay or hinder our chances of success with our current cycle. They were incredibly busy in there today. There were so many couples that were there for transfers. So a lot of nervous or smiling faces, nurses running around. Doctors were really busy, and they had residents in there today. So, they were super busy, but it was nice that he took the time to reassure me and make me feel a little bit better. My nurse coordinator was like juggling 3 different things at once, and so she said that she's going to call me later today after she talks to my doctor more about if he wants to recheck my estrogen levels. I had some blood drawn yesterday, and my estrogen levels were still pretty high, so they didn't want me to start my injections today. So she said she needed to talk to him about whether or not he wants my blood to be retested to see if my estrogen levels drop, or if just by aspirating the cyst, if that's sufficient. And then she'll give me an updated calendar. She said she could email me. But so I'll talk to her later today, I'm sure. But for now, I'm just going to go home and curl up on the couch and probably watch a movie and take a nap. But I'll keep you posted. So this is my third day of shots, and I'm getting ready to do my evening injection. It's different than my morning one. And I've got all my stuff ready to go. I've got my Adjust-A-Pin, my alcohol swabs. So all I have to do is take the cap off. And it comes with disposable needles. But first I need to wipe this. Top off. So this is the third one that I've done out of this pen. I don't feel too different yet. I'm just really tired, but I don't know if it's because of the injections or if I'm just stressed. But you just take my needle here, and it actually just screws on. Nice and easy. And then I twist the red part to the dosage that my doctor prescribed. So I'm gonna go to 275. Okay, so it's ready. So now what I'm gonna do is I lay down for this one because it stings a little bit. So I lay down on the couch. And I've been doing these injections in my left side. So I take my second alcohol wipe. And I just clean it a bit right next to my belly button. And let that dry. And while that's drying, I'll grab my Adjust-A-Pin. Take the cap off, and then there's a second cap, and then you pull off, and then usually by that time I'm ready to go, so I just pinch, straight down. And then I go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Then I let go and slowly pull my needle out. And that keeps any excess from wanting to sploosh out. But I still have a smidge left in my pen, so I'll use a little bit of this tomorrow, and then I'll use a second pen. But then I'll recap it. Unscrew it. I'm becoming a pro. And then I'll put this in my sharps container. But first, put my cap back on here. And I've got my fun Band-Aids ready. Maybe. There we go. Half the time I can't even really tell where I did my injection though, but Band-Aids are still fun. And then I enjoy the chocolate as my reward. So that's it. I go in tomorrow for my first estrogen level recheck, and then my nurse will call me tomorrow afternoon with the results, and I'll either change my dosage or it'll stay the same, and then they'll set me up for my next follow-up appointment. So I'll keep you posted. Good morning. It's super early. It's just about 6 o'clock, but I'm getting ready to do my morning injection. This is just a low dose of HCG. I get about 20 units every morning. After I had my cyst aspirated on my left ovary, my doctor just instructed me to start my injections later than we had originally planned. So I started 3 days later, so that will alter all of our dates moving forward, including our egg retrieval. So I don't feel any different yet. I think I said in one of my videos already that I'm just a little tired, and I have had a few headaches, but I don't know if that's because of the injections or because of anything else. So I have been drinking a lot of water, which I do anyway, and then I've also started drinking coconut water and then 0-calorie sugar-free Powerade. If you mix the two together, it's actually really, really yummy. And that just helps me stay hydrated, because I've just read on blogs and gotten advice from other people saying that it's really important to stay hydrated, especially after your retrieval. So just to get started, I've got my alcohol wipes. I need 2 for this. I need 2 for my afternoon injections too. And then I get out my little syringes. I just need 1. And then this is actually my vial. I've let it sit out for a few minutes, which my nurse said was okay, because all of my meds have to be refrigerated. So, and I don't know if it needs to be, the bottle needs to be inverted. It's just habit from work. Alrighty, and then I've got my sharps container, and I'll get my Band-Aid ready to go. So the first thing I'll do is I will wipe down my vial and give that a chance to dry so that it's clean and sterile. These are a lot easier to do than my afternoon injections. I don't really feel them at all. And then I do my afternoon injections on the left side of my belly, and then I do the right side in the morning. My nurse gave me a sheet that said where I could do the injections. All of my injections are sub-Q, which I'm actually really happy about. I was worried that 1 or more of them might be IM, like in the back or something, but it's not. But I can do mine either in my stomach, in the back of my arm, or like the fleshy side of my outer thigh. Which that would be pretty easy too, but I don't know, the belly is just a good one to do. I do this one standing up. I do my other injections laying down because my evening shots sting a little bit, but this one I honestly don't feel at all. So so then I'll just want to clean my tummy. Let that dry. 20 units. Nice and slow so I don't get any air bubbles. Okay, 20 units. So then by now my alcohol has dried on my belly. And then I just go in, slowly push this in. And then I just count to 5. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Let go of my pinched belly and then slowly take my needle out. And that just helps from any of the injection leaking out. My kitties are causing trouble. So then I just put my syringe in the sharps container. Get my Band-Aid out, which I don't really need, but it's fun. And then I'm good to go until later on tonight. But yeah, so it's really not that bad in the mornings. It's not bad in the evenings either. So hopefully when I go in for my blood work, my estrogen levels will be where I need to be. And then the next time I go in for a recheck, I will have an ultrasound done too, so they can do an egg follicle count and see where we're at. So that's pretty much it for my morning injections. I've got my shake that I've started drinking in the mornings. I take protein bars to work and really just munch on those with my Gatorade water, my coconut water, and then I try to eat healthy in the evenings. But last night we went out and got burgers because I was tired and didn't feel like cooking. So I feel like if there's ever a time to indulge yourself, it's, you know, while you're doing your stem shots. Although I'm sure most people try to eat a lot healthier than we do. So, but that's it, and I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks, have a good one. Good morning, it is about 6:45. It is Tuesday, November 20th, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and I'm getting ready to go to a doctor's appointment just for an ultrasound and some blood work. I'm sorry I haven't done a video in a few days. Things have just been real busy at my house. My mom is in town to help with Thanksgiving and hopefully our egg retrieval, so it is a big help. We just don't have a lot of privacy at the house right now. Today is day 8 of my stem shots. I'm feeling pretty good, hanging in there. I'm not in any discomfort. I do feel my ovaries more than I usually do. It's kind of like a dull, like, not even pain, it's just a little uncomfortable. But I'm actually on 3 injections now. I take my morning injection of low-dose HCG and then my Gonal F in the evenings, and then now I'm actually taking Cetrotide, which is to keep me from ovulating while my follicles continue to grow. I've had a couple of doctor's appointments since I had my cyst aspirated, just to check my estrogen levels, which have all been really good. And I've had a couple ultrasounds. My last one was 2 days ago on Sunday morning, and they counted all of my follicles and said that everything looked really good, and that's when they told me to start my Cetrotide that night. So I'll have another estrogen level taken today and then another ultrasound. I always get really nervous before these doctor's appointments. I always feel like something's wrong or something's gonna happen. or I'm going to get bad news. And it gets worse every time I come in because I feel like everything's gone so well that, you know, I don't know, it's just, you always kind of think the worst because you're used to the disappointment at this point, but like I said, I feel pretty good. The sleepiness, though, is no joke. My eyes are just so heavy all the time. I just feel like it doesn't matter where I am or what I'm doing or what time of day it is, I could fall asleep right now. And I sleep a lot at night. I go to bed really early as soon as I'm done with my injections for the night. I've been trying to sleep in. I couldn't today because of my doctor's appointment, but this weekend was a little busy. I think I might have overdone it because yesterday I was even more tired than usual. When I went in for my ultrasound on Sunday, the nurse asked me how I was feeling, and I told her that I didn't really feel that much different yet, and she said that probably by Wednesday, which is tomorrow, I would definitely start to feel uncomfortable, like super uncomfortable. Usually it's the day or two before the retrieval. And she did say that everything looked good at that time for a Friday retrieval, so it would be the day after Thanksgiving. But the new injections I've only taken twice. I started Sunday night and I did it last night. And those are ones that I actually have to mix. It comes with a pre-filled syringe of diluent, and I mix it with the powder. It takes forever because you can't shake it. You have to just kind of, you know, gently move it around until it dissolves, and it takes forever. And the injection itself doesn't really bother me, but the injection site after I give it gets super itchy, and it's like that for a couple hours, but usually I go right to bed, and by the time I wake up in the morning, it's gone. And of course I looked it up, and that's a common side effect is itchiness, redness at the site of injection. So, whatever. The injections are starting to get a little bit more painful, probably because of just having done so many injections now. Like I said, today is day 8, or no, gosh, I think it's day 9. But anyway, so, you know, you're poking yourself so many times in the belly that, you know, your belly starts to get tender and sore. And so, like, while I'm giving the injections, it is a little bit more painful now, but it's not unbearable. I tried using ice packs, and it does help, but it's just kind of, it just makes it take longer, and I'm laying there on the couch trying to get to bed, and, you know, my dog is trying to knock over the injections on the coffee table, and so I would rather just get it over with, and if it's painful for a second, then that's fine, as long as it's over faster. But I've been drinking a lot of water, which is helpful. I usually do anyway, but, and then the Gatorade and the coconut water has helped a lot, I think. I did buy some prunes, just in case, but I haven't had to use them, thankfully, because they're disgusting. I don't know how people eat prunes. Like, they make me gag. They're so gross, but, and then I've been just drinking shakes in the morning, protein shakes, and smaller meals, like, throughout the day, just like snacks and stuff, which I feel like is helpful. I take a walk with my dog every night, so I feel like that's really good too, just to kind of take a break for myself and get a little bit of exercise. I don't want to overdo it during all of this, so, but, I'll try to get a video of my Cetrotide injections maybe tonight. Like I said, though, I have no privacy right now at the house, so I'll see what I can do. But it's just weird how all these different injections come, like different types of ways to give yourself these meds, I guess. But my doctor's office has been really great, very sweet. My mom actually came with me to my appointment on Sunday. So she got to see the ultrasound and kind of experience what it's like. So, and I think that helped her a lot. She wants to be here for the egg retrieval and to help, so. But I will keep you guys updated. God, the sleepiness is something else. Lord help me when I am actually pregnant, because I'm sure it'll be 10 times worse. The only other thing that I've been experiencing since I started my injections is like this weird like fogginess. The girls I work with call it my pre-pregnancy brain, because I don't know, I've felt really forgetful and slow. Like I feel like I'm honestly moving in slow motion, especially at work, which is not helpful because it's a busy time of year for us at my job. So but everybody's been really great and understanding, and I appreciate it so much. But it's about time for me to go in for my lab work. I saw some people pulling in. I actually beat them to the office this morning. But I'll keep everybody posted. Thank you so much for the thoughts and the prayers. Love you. Bye. Hello. Today is Friday, November 23rd. It's the day after Thanksgiving. And it's day 12 of my stem injections, or my stem shots. And this week I have gone to the doctor, including today, 4 times. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, today is Friday. So, all of my appointments have been pretty good. When I went in on Wednesday, though, I have a lot of follicles that are growing. It's just, they're not quite as big as they need to be yet. Every time I have an ultrasound done, they tell me that it has to be 10 millimeters to be measurable, to be considered measurable, and then, but they don't like to retrieve the follicles until they are between 18 and 20 millimeters. So, and to put that in perspective, the cyst that I had aspirated a couple weeks ago was 25 millimeters. So, over the last couple days, I haven't really felt that bad, until today, but I'll get to that in a minute. On Tuesday, I was talking to my nurse and everything, and I was going to run out of one of my medications, and I called the pharmacy and ordered another few doses of my meds, because I was going to be on it for a few more days. But because of the holiday and the weather, the overnight shipping got delayed, and I wasn't going to be able to get it in time. So when I went in on Wednesday and talked to my nurse later on that day, she was kind enough to put those meds in a bag and tape it to the back door of my doctor's office, because I wasn't getting off of work until 6 after they had already closed. And I went to Mount Pleasant to my doctor's office to go pick that up. So I drove to my doctor's office twice in one day. But that's what you do. And it was just crazy because it was dark. I was the only person there. There was a cleaning person inside. But anytime that I've gone to the doctor this week, what they do is they'll take an estrogen level first. So they take a blood sample, and then they do a transvaginal ultrasound, and they will first measure the lining of my uterus, I think. And that's been fine. They need it to be fairly thick, I guess. 9 millimeters or so is where mine is at. They like it to be over 6, I think, is what they keep telling me. And then they'll go from one ovary to the next, and they will count the follicles. And they just look like dark blobs in your ovaries. Derek actually went with me this morning, and he said that they looked like spider eyes. And he had not seen an ultrasound like that yet, so that was it was a good thing for him to see. And they were measuring, and the ultrasound tech was measuring them. And again, my problem hasn't been the quantity, it's been their size. And they keep telling me that they kept telling me that I was going to get really uncomfortable soon, just to hold on, and I wasn't really feeling much. I mean, like I said, I've been really tired and a little uncomfortable, but not unbearably so. And they were like, well, you know, you'll get there because those follicles are going to grow, and when they do, just take some Tylenol and use a heating pad if you need to, because they said that could be helpful and that it was fine to do that. But I just wasn't getting there, so Wednesday was kind of not so great. It was kind of a low point, not a great day for me. I just kept thinking, like, am I ever going to get there? Are the drugs working? And, you know, am I doing this for nothing? And, you know, you just start to let all those negative thoughts kind of creep in. And you just get so tired. Like, I'm sure anybody else that's been through it can relate. You're going to your doctor's office, if not every day, almost every day. And, you know, most of us have jobs and have other lives going on outside of all of this, but it's all consuming. Did I take my meds at the right time, in the right spot on your belly? You know, your abdomen starts to get really sore if that's where you're doing your injections. You're trying to find a place that doesn't sting. You know, so it's just getting to the point where, you know, I feel like it's never going to end. And I know that it's normal to be on your stem injections for this long, that there's a range, and I'm still within that normal range. And when I talked to my nurse on Wednesday, she did say, you know, your follicles are growing. They're just not where they need to be yet. So when you come back in 2 days, they may be, you know, ready. And so on Wednesday, they increased my dosages, or my dosage of Gonal F, which is one of my follicle stimulating hormones that I'm taking. And then when I get and that's actually the medication that I was going to run out of. So when I get that in, I think it actually got delivered today to my workplace, because that's where I was going to need to sign for it. And then I owe them, my doctor's office, that medication because they've already given me some. So, but there's actually another med, my third injection that I started doing, I'm actually out of now, but I'm waiting to hear from my doctor to see if they're going to trigger me tonight or not, because when I went to the doctor this morning, they had grown quite a bit, but the technician that was doing the ultrasound made it seem like they probably weren't going to trigger me, that I was still going to be on meds for maybe a day or two longer. So it's just kind of like a mind game, you know, because you're only told what to do for the next like 24, maybe 48 hours, and you're just kind of like waiting on pins and needles for them to tell you that, you know, it's time to take the trigger shot. And I think I'm having what my mom would call a PLOM moment, a poor little old me moment. I'm starting to get really uncomfortable. Today's been the worst day, physically. The doctor's appointment went great. They're always, you know, super sweet and amazing. And we had goodish news today, so I'm just exhausted, and I'm physically uncomfortable. It hurts to sit certain ways. Hurts, you know, I'm so bloated. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, and we had family over, and I just felt so uncomfortable, and in all the pictures I look like I'm pregnant, and I'm not. And I'm sure I'm hormonal and moody because of the meds that I'm on. So my back is starting to hurt. You know, I'm just cranky, you know, PLOM, poor little old me. So I'm trying to stay positive, but it's getting really, really hard. But I know it'll be worth it. You know, I appreciate all of the thoughts and prayers that we've gotten, especially, you know, seeing family yesterday and friends and everybody checking in to make sure, you know, to see what the status of everything is. And I don't want people who are watching this video to think, oh my gosh, you know, she's complaining, you know, she needs to get a grip. And I do, and I am, but, you know, people who go through this are, you know, we're putting our bodies through a lot, and it's mentally straining as well. So if you know anybody that is going through this, or is, you know, the first few days are exciting, but then after that, it starts to wear you out and wear you down. So please be understanding if you know anybody that's going through it, and just, you know, be sweet is all I can say, and, you know, try to put up with their mood swings, and because they feel like crap. So that's it for now. I'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully I'll be able to do my trigger shot in a day or two. Until next time.